Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. This is another episode of QRA Live with me, your host, Jimmy the Acu Sensei. And so I just realized that I'm coming live 1 hour early in the US. Um, I apologize. Our announcement was 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, but I didn't account for the daylight savings time. Everywhere else in the world is the same time, but in the US, it's 1 hour behind, back 1 hour. I'm here in Taiwan, so it's still 6 a.m. for me. And so I apologize. I'm coming in 1 hour early. I will have my team make the right announcement for the following week, for next Sunday. Okay, so again, I apologize, but we're still hopefully y'all are able to join in an hour early if you're in the US. Anywhere around the world, it's the same time. So purpose of the QRA Live. The purpose of the QRA Live is for you to have an opportunity to get information from us from myself and my team and how we would how we would advise you on how to handle your current situation, your current chronic situation, and or if you want me to show you a QRA, a quick restorative acupressure. Quick restorative acupressure, again, is not the same as acupressure. Acupressure is, acupuncturists were taught in school, oh, you do this point and it's for high blood pressure. And you do this point right here. It's 3 inches down from your, and the mid part of your deltoid. That is acupressure. Okay. That works sometimes 50% of the time, and the other 50% of the time it doesn't work. And when it doesn't work, what do? Right? That's acupressure. I did it. And I'm only speaking from my own personal experience. I'm not talking about any other acupuncturist. I'm talking about from my own personal experience. Acupressure, it works 50% of the time. Um, that's why I had to create QRA, quick restorative acupressure, or quick restorative acupuncture, because I wasn't happy with only getting 50% results. And so I had to create my own acupuncture and therefore acupressure. Before I go on, for those of y'all who have logged on, type into the chat if there's something you want me to show you a QRA, a quick restorative acupressure, or if there's something you need more information on how to navigate a current health condition, let me know. And I will go through, the process of if imagine you walking into our clinic, what process exactly, step by step, what to do. Okay. All right. I've only got about 20 minutes, so type into the chat ASAP. Again, I apologize for coming in an hour earlier for the US. Everywhere else in the world, it's the same time. Okay. Kathy, already, thank you for joining. If y'all are joining in and you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, all right, and hit the red bell. So Kathy, Jesse, let's see. How's it going, Kathy? Where are you from, Kathy? I recently, 1 month ago, got a left painful elbow and then same arm trigger thumb. Any ideas? Um, well, let me show you. Let me do this first. For trigger thumb, let's say tendonitis, painful tennis elbow, right? Um, I'm going to show you some QRA, quick restorative acupressure first. While I am doing that, can you type into the chat from Florida? Awesome. Florida. Oh, wow. So you're real, I think you are 5 p.m. then. 5 p.m. Um, type in the chat 1 month ago. Did you do anything? Were you doing anything different? Any different sport? You were lifting and all that stuff? Type into the chat any information. Okay. But I'll show you a QRA while you're typing in the chat. So left painful elbow. Depending on where in the elbow, this is my left arm. Okay. I don't know if it's reversed on YouTube, but my left arm, painful elbow, is it the ins actually it doesn't really matter if it's inside or outside. What you're going to do is if this is the elbow that hurts, you're going to first push the elbow that hurts. Where does it hurt? Does it hurt on a tendon or does it hurt when you push on the bone? When you push on the bone, does it hurt? Or is it the tendon or the muscle? This is super important to do QRA, okay? Is it bone, tendon, or muscle? I'm leaning on the left elbow as usual. Okay, so is it bone, tendon, or elbow? If it's bone, then when you go to the opposite elbow, you're going to use your opposite elbow to treat your left elbow. You're going to use your right elbow. So in the right elbow, if it's bone, guess what? You're going to find bone. You're going to find bone right here, all around here, okay? And you're going to find a tender spot on your right elbow. And when you find that tender spot, you're going to press down hard for 10 seconds. Massage it around for 10 seconds, okay? After you're done, move your elbow around, okay? Push on your elbow, see if the pain is the same or is it decreasing. If it's decreasing, then that means you found the right location on your right elbow. Go back to that painful spot and push again for 30 seconds. Okay, that should temporarily reduce your left elbow pain. Now, if the elbow pain is in the bone, if it's in the tendon, guess what? You're going to find the tendon, yeah, it hurts, yeah. Tendon, you're going to find a tendon on your right elbow. It can be the same similar tendon, or it can be up here. It can be up here tendon. It can be down here, up here, or it can be inside, okay? It could be inside tendon. Inside tendon works as well, okay? So same thing, find the tender tendon, press it for 10 seconds, come back to your left elbow, move it around, okay? Lean on it, press on it, see if it improves, okay? So that's the tendon. If your left elbow pain is, which most of the time it's in the tendon. When we have tendinitis, it's in the tendon. But let's say it's in the muscle, okay? So it's lower down. When you press here, or here, and it makes your elbow hurt, then same thing. You're going to find a muscle here or even up here, right? Up here, muscle all around. You're going to find that specific sensitive point, push on it for 10 seconds, move your left elbow around. If it gets better, push on it again. If it doesn't, find another point. Okay, so that is QRA, one way of QRA. You can also use your knees, okay, to do that. But now let's go into trigger thumb. Trigger thumb, okay? So trigger thumb is typically, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Kathy, when you can't, it's hard for you to go like this. It's hard for you to do this, right? So what happens is trigger thumb, it gets stuck and you have to just like manually put, you know, you have to manually open it, right? That's typically what we see with trigger thumb. And the reason is this tendon here, there's a nodule that is swollen, right? So what you're going to do for trigger thumb, imagine this is my left thumb. Find the tender spot. You will feel a little bump, a swollen nodule. Okay, it's a tendon that's swollen. It's usually down here, right? It's usually right here. Most of the time, it's right in here. If it is right here, like most people's trigger thumb, guess what? You're gonna go to your right hand. You're gonna go to that same area and try to find a tender spot in that area. Okay, so you're gonna once you find it can be all around. It can be in here. It can be all around. It can be outside here. It can be outside here, right? This tendon right here, right? You're going to find the most tender spot and you're going to push on it for 10 seconds. After you're done for 10 seconds, and then it goes, then move your thumb. I need to pop my thumb. So you move your thumb, right? See if it's stuck, if it gets stuck. If it clicks, that might be you might be bone on bone, but if it gets stuck, see if you can unstuck it. If it can, then you found the right area. Go back to that spot and massage it again. Okay. So now what to do with you? It seems like you're having these tendon inflammation, right? So these tendon types of inflammation are typically because of overuse. Let me get some water first. So they're typically because of overuse and a little better. Perfect. Yeah. So keep doing it. All right. And if the right thumb gets sore, you have, guess what? you have two other thumbs. You know where they are? They're on your feet. So your big toe, your right big toe, and your left big toe. Find tender spots there. Find the tendon, massage there, and it will be the exact same. I mean, you'll get even better results. Okay. So, but these are all temporary, right? You have to figure out the root cause. Why is your tendons so easily getting inflamed? So the root cause, I can't go through, I don't have time to go through all, but I'll just go through one other thing. I mean, one main thing. You have to understand, why is your body not healing your tendons by itself? It's not because I mean, it may be because you're lacking some nutrients like glucosamine, chondroitin, right? It may or may not, right? If that's the case, you can get some, there's many supplements now that have chicken cartilage, their chest cartilage, right? And you can take those supplements over time. There's some peptide supplements that come from cartilage as well. You can take those, but they take, I would say take it at least for 3 months before, I would say 1 month. 1 month, and you should start seeing some improvement, right? Along with my QRA, take these tendon supplements. You should see some improvement, consistent, gradual improvement. It won't be like, wow, miracle cure. It won't be like that. It'll be like, oh man, today's a little better. Oh, this week's a little better, better, right? You could do that. You could also eat, I don't know if you like pig's feet, okay? Pig's feet has lots of tendon, cartilage. You can make it out of soup, or you can eat the gelatin from pig's feet. Those are very good for your tendons and ligaments. Okay, so that is a possible home remedy that you can do yourself. That does take more time. You could go see an acupuncturist, and it would speed up the whole process. It cut the healing process in half. Okay, that's what we do in our clinic. But still, you may not have addressed the root cause. The root cause, okay, doesn't matter what. I would say the real root cause of all tendon problems is a liver dysfunction, because the liver organ is the one. Oh, you rubbed your toe and no clicking. Perfect. Awesome. Great job, Kathy. So now you know your toes work better for your left thumb. Okay. So see, QRA, once you learn the principle, it's super simple. And that's the reason why I created it. Most acupuncture techniques are too complicated, and not many people can duplicate it. And especially, it's very difficult for another acupuncturist to duplicate it. Needless to say, for another, layperson, someone who's never studied acupuncture, it would be impossible for them to learn it, right? That's why I created my QRA, where I could teach anybody off the street how to do it, right? I like simple. Simple is always better. I don't like complex things. So, liver, going back to liver, do some liver blood test, right? See if your liver is dysfunctioning. Most likely it is. You can do some cholesterol tests that will signify that your liver is dysfunctioning. You can blood sugar test, liver dysfunction. There's actually liver enzyme tests, liver dysfunction, high liver dysfunction, right? The basic, it's comprehensive metabolic panel is sufficient enough to find out if that part of your liver function is dysfunctioning. Does blood test tell you everything about your liver function? No, it doesn't. But it gives you a first step. Okay. All right, let me go to the next one. Hopefully that helps, Kathy. Always wandering. I have numbness in my toes. Anything I can do for that? Numbness in your toes. So is that both toes, or specifically just one foot on the toe? If it's numbness on the toes on both feet, actually, even it could be on one foot. It depends on how long you've had that, and is the numbness constant? If the numbness is constant, you have neuropathy, which is it just means nerve dysfunction. Okay, it's not like a death sentence. It just means nerve dysfunction. Now you need to find out what's the cause of your neuropathy, and my specialty when I was treating patients was in it's very, very, very good that it was neuropathy. Okay. I specialize in neurology. And so any type, if you, whatever you would go to a neurologist, you would come to me in my clinic, in my team. And so my team still does very well in neurology and specifically neuropathy. So neuropathy, you have to find the root cause. If you don't know the root cause, you're not going to solve it. Okay. And first of all, there is no medication that can help your numbness. There's zero medication right now. The number one medication they'll give you is something called Neurontin. Another name is called gabapentin. Those are more for nerve pain and neuropathy, not numbness. They don't do anything for numbness. Okay. Even see when I was treating patients, I was on the medical advisory committee for a neuropathy support group. I was the only acupuncturist, and alongside Austin's top neurologist. And so those neurologists, even till today, they refer their neuropathy patients to us, because especially for numbness, because there's nothing they can do. Okay. Now, if the numbness is caused by a compression of the nerve in your spine, then that's possibly something they can do, because the cause is the nerve compression. If it's a nerve compression, for example, your bone pushing on your nerves, that there's nothing we can do. Okay. I would actually refer you to an orthopedic to fix the nerve compression part. A bone or a disc is actually pushing on your nerve, compressing your nerve forever. I mean, it's continuously. There is nothing, even QRA. QRA, we can only decrease inflammation, but we cannot move the bone off your nerve. We cannot move the disc off your nerve. Okay. I would refer you to an orthopedic and a chiropractor. Okay. So it's very important that you find the cause of your numbness. QRA is going to work temporarily, but what you can do, here's what you can do. Okay. The numbness in your nerves in your feet, you're not getting blood circulation to the nerves in your feet. That's why your nerves are feeling numb. You can go home, stick them in a foot bath, you can get your bathtub, or get a bucket, get somebody to get a bucket of warm water and Epsom salt, and just put your feet in that. Do it. You can do it 3 times a day, and that will temporarily move blood to your toes, which will help the numbness. You need to do this every single day for it to work. Okay. Um, you can get if you can't walk, typically people with numbness, severe numbness in their feet, their balance is affected. So you want to get one of those, this pedaling pedals, foot pedals, right? You can sit in your chair and you can pedal, right? You can do that. You can also make sure you're wearing socks. Majority of the time, make sure you're wearing socks. You need to get warmth to your feet. That's the only way to move blood for yourself, to move blood to it. You can also pump you can have someone massage your legs. Okay. Actually move the blood from your feet up to your heart, right? You can do that. Here's some QRA. Your hands. So you can massage your feet, have someone massage your feet. That will definitely help. Okay. Here's another way. Your hands. Get someone to do a hand massage. Right. This is QRA massage. Okay. You get someone to do your hand massage and specifically massage the toes. Let's say the numbness is specifically in your second, third, and fourth toe. Then get someone to massage, or you can massage your second, third, and fourth fingers. Both fingers. Massage them, okay, every day. If you're sitting down watching TV, just massage them. You're not sitting down doing nothing, just massage them. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Give that a try and let me know if it works. Okay. Let's see. Both feet. It's constant. Yeah. You have neuropathy. My mom took gabapentin for fibromyalgia. Yeah. Fibromyalgia, again, fibromyalgia actually some people say it's an autoimmune condition. It works for some people and it doesn't work for others. It works if you have fibromyalgia with pain. Gabapentin it works the best for nerve pain. It doesn't work well for nerve a numbness. Fibromyalgia is not typically, people don't usually have numbness as much. It's mostly pain. It's like pain, all these trigger point muscles, right? That gabapentin could help. Still, not everybody. Okay. All right. So, Toyin, last one. Good day. How are you? Thanks for joining in again. And thanks for coming in early. I apologize again for everybody that I'm 1 hour earlier, especially for the US. Everywhere else internationally, I'm still the same time. Okay. Please, is there a QRA for lower esophageal sphincter, also for hip pain? Lower esophageal sphincter. So you're probably getting acid reflux, heartburn, because that sphincter is probably not closing, right? So lower esophageal sphincter, I'm going to use so, the esophagus is usually down here, right? It's usually closer to, it's the connection to your stomach, right? So it's going to be lower down here. So I'm going to actually use my arm since it's so close to my chest. Lower esophageal sphincter is going to be closer to down here. So I'm going to draw a line to my arm, okay? And I'm going to start pushing on those points. You want to push on a soft point, but this is in your biceps and triceps, right? Because the lower esophageal sphincter is soft. So you want to push around on the arm, all around the arm. You can go all the way around the arm, and you're going to find that tender spot. I don't know if when you drink, Towen, and when you drink, do you actually feel acid come up, right? Or usually you'll feel it when you eat. So you might want to do this before you eat. So do my QRA, find the tender spot, right? You want to make sure you find the tender spot and dig really hard and then eat a little something and see if it triggers some of that acid to come up. Okay, so that's one way. Hip pain. Oh, since I got my arm up, I'm going to show you hip pain. So the area of your arm that images your hip is your shoulder. So I would dig around in your shoulder. But same thing, like I was telling Kathy, where does your hip hurt? Is it in the muscle, tendon, or the bone? Because if it's in the bone, you're going to have to go up here to find the bone, right? And find a tender bone area. If it's in the muscle, obviously you got big muscles in your deltoid, right? So, and then also tendon, you can dig into the tendon, even inside the connection, right? The tendons are near the connection of the muscle to the bone. So you want to go closer to the joint, and that's where you'll find tender. Like I'm pretty tender here. And my hip is pretty sore. I've been walking a ton in Taiwan. So I would dig like right here. Oh, it's tender. So I'm going to dig here, and then I'm going to go do some stretches or do some squats or lay down and move your side to side to stretch your hips and see if that helps. Okay. Or if usually walking upstairs, walking downstairs, and then you can press, walk. If that doesn't help, go to the other area, find a tender spot, press, and then walk. Okay, Tony? All right, guys. Thank you for joining in. For those of y'all who joined in earlier, I appreciate you. And I will have my team make the correct announcement for time. It will be 4 p.m. Okay. Next Sunday will be 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. 4 p.m. Central Standard Time is 5 p.m. Eastern, and then 2 p.m. Pacific. Everybody else in the world, it's 6 a.m. Taiwan time. 6 a.m. Taiwan time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. I apologize again. We didn't account for the daylight savings time. Thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe.